it's short enough to be exciting and long enough to hide the interest. This is the Guyana T10 Blast, match number 15. Berbice Piranhas against Berbice Caimans, all Berbice clash. Welcome to Maltino's. News from the middle is that the Cayman, they have won the toss and taken a brave decision to bat first. We're watching the first delivery. Kevin Sinclair, short and smacked over mid-wicket and out towards the boundary for 4. What a bright start. Scintillating shot by Kevin Sinclair. They're on their way. At the non-striker's end is Alex Algu. So we're having a big opening pair. Both guys that can bash the ball all over the place. That's Ricky Sargent starting the bowling from the southern end of the ground. Our 2 umpires already out in the middle. That's Latif as well as Ava Baker. So, match on. There's a drive that's bisecting the cover and the backward point. But there's protection, the fielder running away towards his left. So he seemed to be on a little bit of fire here. Kevin Sinclair, good, sound, solid start. When you can get the first ball being smashed for a boundary, you're well on target. Ricky Sargent knows that he's up against it, but he's a guy who's very, very competitive with Algu now taking his first ball. With me in the comment box, John Ramsing. Hello to you, John.
Good afternoon, Inderjeet. Good afternoon, everyone. Big match on hand. Piranhas and the Caimans, all Bobby's affair.
Algu very quiet here, getting everything in behind that one. Just tapping it away.
Quiet, maybe momentarily. We see what Algu can do. He really put on a good show for us at Metamirzorg over the weekend. It was a weekend treat to remember.
And you said to remember. I will never forget the acronym that you coined, John Ramsing, at MMZ when Samson and Algu, they went after the bowling. Every time the ball went into the chemistry, you said DTP. Tell us what is that after this.
So Algu's off the mark now.
Back up.
Before we get to that, Inderjeet, Kevin Sinclair, the test player, short of some runs, we know what he can do. He's really one of the more exciting players. Just made his test debut. You'll see what he has done with the wide ball previously. So this format coming back here now, not quite getting it as yet.
Down.
But you feel Inderjeet, and this man making his debut just on camera, you feel Sinclair is just 1 innings away from finding back his touch. First over gone, 7 without loss.
Maybe a little bit more closer than that, 1 shot away from finding back his touch. He's too good a player to have not been more consistent in this Guyana T10 Blast. I think it's just a matter of moment and already looking good. Caimans, Kevin Sinclair, Abdul Saban, Alex Algu, Aryan Prasad, Bernard Bailey, Devon Lord, Mahim Khan, Shahid Vera, Shamal Angel, Stephen Sankar, Silas Tyndall. While the Piranhas, Pramol, Garfield Phillips, Krishna Singh, Nigel Deodat is back, Quinton Samson, Rajiv Ivan, Ricky Sargent, Ronaldo Rennie, Sagar Hitamani, and of course, the Cub is back in the fold as well, that Tej Narain Chandapal.
Yeah, good to see Tej getting an opportunity. Was off,
Left arm roll.
receiving treatment for a niggle. Back to full fitness, and he's ready to take his place in this side. And quite interesting, Danai and Quinton Samson are the only 2 persons with pace on, but for now it's Garfield Phillips. So it's Phillips, the man on your picture, Ricky Sargent, the captain, Versami Pamal, and Nigel Deodat, all left-arm spinners. The supporting cast, there is Sigar Hitaramani, off breaks, Rajiv Ivan, off breaks, and just those 2 seamers. So heavily dependent on spin. Not sure how they managed to get this all in one team, but they'll have to work with what it is. Big shot from Sinclair. That's going to clear not only the fielder, clear this entire ground. Sinclair getting into his work very early.
Yes, John, and you look at the face of Kevin Sinclair, he looks a man that is very, very vexed. and he wants to ensure that he perform out in the middle. Look at that one. That's gone from the time he picked it up. It was going for a maximum. Great shot. 13 without loss.
One of St. Clair's mentor was here yesterday, Carl Hooper. There he goes again, playing a lot like Carl Hooper on this occasion. Inside out. And another 6. Garfield Phillips. Pressure right back on the young man.
Yes, so that's a great cricketing shot here, Kevin Sinclair. Look at this one here. Just a little bit of shimmy and picked it up outside the line of the off stump. And that's gone away. Great shot from the right-hander.
Phillips at Enmore picked up 3 wickets very early. Came here at Maltino's, got some more. But has been going for runs as well as these tracks are drying out. Now gets his man, gets the last laugh. Ball that was much fuller, a little bit pace on. There we see Sinclair into the sweep shot very early and his middle stump knocked back. Good wicket for Phillips to get. He was going for runs, but now has the last laugh.
Yes, misjudged.
18 from 9. The first wicket going down and over number 2.
Yes, misjudgment by Kevin Sinclair there. I think he misjudged the line of the delivery, thus playing that kind of a shot. Look at this one here, missed it, and that's beautifully bowled. Just a little swerve away from the right-hander was good enough to knock back the off stump. That's a big wicket to get. He was absolutely looking good, striking the ball cleanly. That's a fine wicket.
19 for 1. And just a single to Algo. All 18 belong to Sinclair.
And John, you were mentioning that plethora of left-arm spinners. Sometimes it's very difficult to pick a T10 squad. Everybody has their role. What are the combinations you're looking for? And of course, that must come from the 15-member squad that you have.
Shamal Angel, the new batter.
And John, it's good to see Shamal Angel in the lineup here for the Caimans. I think this is his first match too.
Getting into his work very early, but at Samson send a return in, and had it been a direct hit, could have been interesting. Yeah, it's difficult when you have so many options as well. What is the right combination?
Left arm, wrong one.
Tajan and Chandapal, look at Algo's form. Starts with 6, then 80, then 30.
Yes, he has been in ripping form for the last 2 innings.
Oh, then there's a young man on screen, Krishna Singh, who bowls off break as well. 2 overs gone, a successful 1 for Phillips, 1 for 13. After 2, 20 for 1.
Now the scoring rate here is very healthy. They're going at 10 runs and over. And we have seen it all. Teams batting for us a high percentage have become victorious. Kevin Sinclair gone for 18 from 7, a little cameo. Algo still there, 1 from 4. But he's a firecracker and can light up at any time. Shamal Angel, the player from West Berbice, is in this squad here today. He's hot topic in West Berbice. Shamal Angel has done well in that part. Plays some cricket for the East Bank of Demerara as well in their tournaments.
Used to play for Transport in Georgetown. Now, that's 4. Shamal Angel for you. He's now playing at the Guyana Defense Force among the soldiers.
Guys, let's go side, let's go side.
Second over for Sergeant. First ball drilled over extra cover.
Come on, Danai.
Yes, it went through the hands there of Suresh Danai. I thought that he could have done better with it. It was hit hard. At this level, you want to take your catches.
Oi! Yeah. Lovely, much better, much better.
Yeah, Krishna Singh holding on to the ball just a little bit longer.
Let's go, guys. We got some opportunity for you guys.
As the tournament move around to different venues in the G,
Lock him up, Sarge.
you'll find the spinners will not have it their way. For 2 reasons, I'll tell you why. That's a big full toss. Low ball signaled by the umpire at square leg.
side.
So that was a very high full toss, and rightfully so, signaled a no ball.
And we should look at this back very high indeed. And yes, it had to be called a no ball.
West side.
So we're having a free hit here.
The bowler knew it, not even asking. I'll go to face the free hit. Saw a little bit of drift from that one
Play.
coming out of
West
the
side.
arms of
West side.
Sargent.
Lock him up.
Spinners will not have their way for
West
two
side,
reasons as you move wrong venues. One, in 10 overs the ball will not get that old. And two, as you move around you tend to get fresh pitches.
Down.
So you will not find a pitch that will be 5 days old, say for example.
Ball out, Ian. Ball out, Ian.
Misfield there from Samson, and the batsman will just settle for two. So the spinners will not have it their way at all. Whereas the fast bowlers, or the medium fast bowlers with a hard ball, they can fancy themselves.
Yes, and maybe we can add another dimension to that. Many of the grounds here are not huge. The boundaries are small as well. So as you toss up the ball, you'll find batters coming down the track, getting after you. But they've given a good account of themselves so far.
Middle stump knocked out. There's a mixed bag of an over from Ricky Sargent, but this time he's right on target, playing over that one. I'll go, and he's bowled 28 now for 2 in the third.
Yes, and those are two top-notch wickets to take. First is what Sinclair bowled down, and now it's Algu bowled down as well. So they are right on target here, the Piranhas, getting 2 of the major scalps.
Gone for 3 from 8, just not his day today, Alex Algu. But you can see his feet were firmly planted. Much quicker delivery from Sargent, granted. But as a batter, you want to move around in your crease a little bit. You do not want to be grounded. When you do that, you expose yourself, like what we saw on that occasion. So 2 big wickets, like you said. The power hitters at the top of the order gone. Devon Lord has joined Angel. We saw Devon Lord picking up the helmet trick yesterday. This time has an opportunity, batting very early for the Caimans.
Yes, and he will want to come good with the bat. He should come for them. They won the toss, and they're batting out in the middle there. A strike rate of 88.24 for Devon Lord. I mean, on a competitive basis, some of these guys played T10 before, but on a national level, this is the first time it's happening in Guyana under the Guyana T10 Blast brand. And certainly, you know, as the tournament progresses, you might find some more outstanding performance as people get to understand their roles, how to bowl in the shorter format, how you can bat in the shorter format as well.
Sargent to finish his spell.
Gets it.
It's a dot ball. 2 overs for him, 1 for 15. Big wicket of Alex Algu in his second over. 3 gone, 28 for 2.
Yes, and at that 28 for 2, Sinclair started like a man in a rush, 18 from 7. Shamal Angel, 6 from 3. Alex Algu never settled down, struggled here to get his eyes on the ball, just 3 from 8 deliveries. Sargent, 1 for 15, completes his spell of 2. And Garfield Phillips, the left arm spinner, 1 for 13 from 1. Expensive in his first over. And as far as runs are concerned, that's hectic scoring rate. 14, how much? 3 9s 27? Just above 9.33. Projected score 93. That's a bad one in first innings.
I wouldn't challenge you with that, Mats. I'll take it as red. Garfield Phillips to continue. Chance for a run at the non-strikers end. And Devon Lord will say he had it covered. Just ambling back into his crease.
Well, that ball was going straight to Ricky Sargent and was going there at a hurry as well. There was never going to be a single here with Shamal on the back foot.
Ivan kept his eyes on it, but not his hands. Angel looks busy at the crease
Yes,
already.
this is the kind of player that he is, whether bowling, whether batting, or fielding. And I think that the fielding side here, the Piranhas, can take some inspiration the way the Anacondas field this morning. The catching was absolutely brilliant. They were attacking the balls, high level, of fielding skills we saw this morning from them. Young Lovell, we saw Bruce Vincent.
Off the mark, Devon Lord. Will he get to the boundary? No, some good footwork there from Quentin Samson. Eventually gets into the boundary. I thought he did well, Samson. Did well to get around, but not to stop the boundary.
That was a good-looking shot. He had to rock on the back foot, pick it on the up, and then pierce that long on and the mid-wicket. Samson coming from where? Carrier, do they play football there? That was dangerous, trying to save a boundary.
Yeah, I always say that, but good commitment from him. Carrier on the Essequibo River. In the air, Samson coming around, falls short of him.
So this is action-packed so far. Runs scoring, wickets falling, and this is what T10, brings to the fore out in the middle.
Six runs in the over. This is the fourth over of the game. Nice delivery on target, but not being bogged down by dot balls. Trying to remain positive, the Caimans. Keep looking, that's what they're doing.
And it's not often you'll find these two guys batting together out in the middle there, but the communication so far has improved. When there was that run that Lord was looking for, that was never on.
They're speaking Cayman language, Jinajit. That's Tejan Chanapal, the test player there for you. So test player on opposing sides with Tejan Chanapal and Kevin Sinclair. As the end of 4, 36 for 2.
So they're scoring at 9 runs and over, with Sinclair making 18, Algo 3. Angel, they're not out on 8 as look good. So too, Devon Lord for his 6, 4 overs gone.
Look at what's to come, not in that order for sure. Tyndall, Sankar, Aryan Prasad, Shahid Vera, Bernard Bailey, Mahim Khan, and Abdul Suban. They want to twinkle with that order, but in a 10-10 game, you need some more firepower down the order. Who will provide it if needed? We'll have to wait and see.
Certainly, and that wait is not going to be very long from now, because this game is moving at a very hectic pace. So we have the Caimans, the Piranhas, and the cub out in the middle there, the little tiger. More animals.
We're in the Amazon, so why not? Rajiv Ivan. So the two bowlers that started have both finished their spells. Ricky Sargent. See, here's Rajiv Ivan. That's a very deep position, so once it gets in that area and does not go to the boundary, more often than not, they'll come back for the second.
And John, Ivan has bowled well in all the matches he has played. He has gone for some runs. That's expected. But we have seen his experience coming to bear here on the opposition team. And it's good to see him. His name was a hot topic in Guyana for a period of time. Yes, looking for that big swing there. Didn't get enough on it. And, you want these experience to come back. The younger one can learn from this one as well. And by the stretch of the imagination, he's no, grow old fella. He's still a youthful player.
That's it.
Big swing of the bat. Danai gets a good bounce this time on the mid-wicket boundary. But the intention by Devon Lord here is to definitely go after the bowling. Maybe if he had gotten under that one, he could have carted it away, but hit it flat. Always in the thinking in the mind, and you have to think very, very quickly here what you're going to do.
Phil Phillips and Ricky Sargent, two left-arm spinners out of the way now, so the off-spinner into the attack.
Catch it.
Downtown he goes.
Back up,
Samson
back
just
up,
can't
back
keep
up.
this man out of the game. Down there at long on, high traffic areas. That's intelligent from Sami Pamal. You want your better fielders in the run-saving positions and the catch-taking positions, really, so they can put in the works for you.
Yes, and the likes of Samson, these are assets on the boundary areas.
Quick delivery. The quicker you come, the farther you go. That's what Devon Lord is saying to Rajiv Ivan. Whack over long on. That is a massive hit. Timing has been good. Not losing his shape at all.
Yes, look at this one. Picked it up beautifully in the meat of the bat. And it gone a long way. That's a maximum. Great shot into the tutorial
Let's go, Ivy.
compound there. And Lord has looked such a different player in the last game. Picked up those 4 wickets and come back here today. And he's looked good with the bat in hand as well.
Nice follow through with the bat. Here he goes again. This time he's going to go square, but similar result. It's a triple decker stand that we're in, and it went right up at the top. Consecutive 6s to end the over. Rajiv Ivan conceding 16 in his opening over after 5. 52 for the loss of 2.
Yes, and look at that last delivery. Too short, very poor delivery there. It's like serving up duck curry and dal puri, a delicacy in Guyana. Nobody's going to miss out on that. So, and you look at the number of 4s that have been struck. Akshaya Prasad 11, Chandrapal Hemraj 9, Rajiv Ivan 7, Damian Vantal 7, Abdul Ramsami 6, and 6s. Quinton Samson 16, Alex Algu, he too joined the party with a number of 6s all over the place. Hello to you, Naeem, and you look at the T10 Blast here, 124 Samson. He's at the top of that runs table. 52 for the loss of 2, wickets falling and runs coming as well.
And that gives a nice even Steven scenario. Drives down to long off. And that's one of the best fielders we've looked at in the tournament, Quinton Samson. Today I had a taste of Thaddeus Lovell's feeling. Excellent feeling, ground feeling. In circumstances that are not necessarily good for fielding, because it has been an uneven sward. We've seen some close shaves where players almost got injured. And these men are outstanding in even these circumstances.
Well, when I heard you said today I had a taste of, I thought you were talking about the cook-up.
That's why I qualified what I say.
Was the cook-up served with rice?
Yeah, it was quite nice.
And that's picked up by Devon Lord. That's a great shot over backward square. It cannons into the little concrete median there. That's 4 good-looking runs.
This guy can bat. Devon Lord, 25 off 10. But it's the fluency that I like about him. He's getting behind the ball. He's always into his stroke with absolute command and authority.
Yes, and by far, this has been the best innings so far by the left-hander. And this is what success and motivation can do to you. Short again. This time it's in the air. Dana is coming around, takes the catch. Well, in fact, that's Garfield Phillips, I beg your pardon. What a great catch. Had to take a fine catch to dismiss Devon Lord. He was going after the bowling. Run a long way there. Congratulations to him. Great catch. It's now 57 for 3.
The introduction of Veerasamy Permaul has certainly paid dividends. But just coming back to that catch, we'd seen a few. Thaddeus Lovell was one. We'd seen a few from Akshaya Prasad. And really exciting. Look at this one, diving across. And excellent feeling. I think today I've enjoyed looking at the fielding in this tournament more than any other day.
Yes, fine catch indeed. And he copped it and gripped it and held it for dear life. He was never going to let go of that one. Bernard Bailey's making his way out in the middle here. And I'm afraid they just begin to lose wickets with a frequency that they're not going to be happy with.
And the thing is, as you mentioned before, the scenario is pretty equal because they're going over 10.
Middle.
Veerasamy Permaul's current form. But he'll bowl good at any level. And there are the wickets there. 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 0. But he's already picked up a wicket in this game, 1 for 5.
Yeah.
That's another good fielder. I expect nothing else but good from him. Quality fielding. Tej Narayan?
Same thing? Ghana or
I was talking with you earlier this morning about I haven't seen Tage. So it's good to see him among his peers, and his colleagues, and coming out taking the middle. Not exactly his kind of stuff.
I think he can back himself in this tournament, Naeem. He's a seasoned campaigner. We know that he's not one of the most aggressive batsmen in world cricket. He's a West Indian test player.
People pity you when you call yourself a test player now, because you remain a little broke. Everybody's aspiring these days to get to the CPL and the IPL and the Big Bash. So it's all about money.
Ricky Sargent, 2 overs, 1 wicket, 1 for 21 for Garfield Phillips, none for 16, lone over by
Go, boys,
Rajiv
let's go,
Ivan,
boys.
and Pamal just sending down his first over. The bowlers used so far.
Ramani will come in for the first time. Had a good knock yesterday.
And maybe 15, 16 years ago, who would have thought that, cricketers would have been earning this amount of money that they're earning at the moment?
Let's
Good
go,
for
Sagi,
them.
let's go, Sagi.
Football, basketball, baseball, those were the games that dominated the money market. Today, cricket has been a real good competitor.
Didn't get all of that. It's just going to take a single. I understand the commentators have been earning a lot of money too. Commentators.
Yes, absolutely. So the $20, if you're paying $20, surely will fill your pockets. Well, I know that the media, especially FL Sports, has been very generous. Recently, they made a donation to their chief executive officer,
Oh, yes!
John. Well, that one actually cannon into the top of the stumps, and Bernard Bailey has to go, just nicking the bails off and scattering the top of the stumps a little there. Bowled by Sagar Hitaramani. It's gone back to the pavilion. They're just beginning to lose too many wickets, Naeem.
Yes. You can feel the game tilting in favor of the bowling side, the Piranhas.
Yes, and I was talking about FL Sports making a donation of 100,000 Ghana dollars to Mr. Dalip Singh, the president of Essequibo Cricket Board, to help prepare their under-13 team for the upcoming inter-county under-13 tournament. Congratulations to John and his company. Kudos, well done.
The funny thing about FL Sport is that they have come on the scene basically not long. Could be what, 2 years? Am I right? Yeah, just about 2 years. And I know climbing this ladder and the journey has not been easy. It's like starting off with a microphone and you share the microphone, one television screen, maybe a single monitor. And now we have grown. When I say we, I'm talking about FL Sport.
But you're part of it as
Yes,
well.
several leaps we have jumped, all thanks to the CEO, John Ram Singh. And I expect with all this praise too that I'm uttering, my next paycheck I might just see a little increment. But we have certainly gone places.
Down.
No. Off the back foot here by Sankar, down towards long on. And once again, the ball just following the long on fielder there, Quinton Samson. Well, while FL Sports has started maybe around 2 years and a half now, that project would have been in the head of John Ramsing for the last decade.
But it has been steady progress, no doubt. Outside edge, Sargent is on it, he takes the catch. So another wicket goes, 5 now, 61. And we were always talking about the target score. You need over 80 runs.
Yes, and why we've been saying over 80 is because one score that was chased down for victory was 81, when the team batting last scored 82. And this match here again, Well, this is a little difference, but we have seen wickets tumble, we've seen the run rate drop. You never know, somebody can come in, hit a few sixes and four, change the entire equation. They're still scoring at 9.15, with the projected score being 92, but it's what you're seeing here at 61 for 5, that wicket column, that's going to be bothersome.
Very, very correct. The scoring rate is good, 9.15. It's losing the wickets, and you have a hole. And in this perspective, you have 2 full overs remaining, 3 full overs, and that's a lot in T10 cricket.
You're talking 18 legal deliveries after this over. You add the 2 in this one, it's going to be 20. So there's still some overs to get some runs, but the stability in the middle there, they have faltered badly. You don't want to be losing 5 wickets in over number 7. That's going to work against you. Mahim Khan is out in the middle, sporting a little bit of a ponytail as well.
Down into the onside. That's going to go full maximum there, signaled by the umpire. In the sweet spot.
Yes, and look at that pick up and deliver. That's gone into what looks to be a cherry tree. Oh, that's a fine shot. Had the distance too. Great shot by Mahim Khan.
He's appealing to the umpire. Ava, not interested.
Well, 7 gone, 6-7 for the loss of 5. Ramani, 2 for 8 from 1 over, and Segar has done very well.
The run rate is pretty good too. That was earlier on. Kevin Sinclair, 18 off 7, looked so good. Algo looked very special but did not go on. 3 off 8. Angel, 12 off 12. Devon Lord was batted so solidly.
Yeah, middle.
Ended up with 25-11. And Bernard Bailey, the last man
Left
out,
arm rope.
just a single run. So Stephen Sankar is there on 1, and Maheen Khan also there, he's on 6. But just coming back, as I have the opportunity, talking about FL Sport, every tournament from last year to this year, I'd seen improvements. It's like working and progressing non-stop. I'm seeing microphones at the stumps now, outside the off stump. And quite shortly, a new set of cameras will be arriving. I understand that should be later this week, so we might have more equipment. We can follow the ball better, bring you better coverage, cleaner coverage. Hi, John. I hope you heard me praising you.
Hello, Naeem. But I tell you what, 0 has no value. I would love to put some more zeros on your check, but 0 has no value, Naeem. 6-7 for 5.
It's the day when you owe me $1 million and you take away one of those zeros.
Look at Veerasammy Pamor. Look at what he's doing to Sankar. Back in the days, you'd say Sankar is drawing maps.
Right ball.
This time, ill-directed. Much quicker as well.
Bat.
It's 2 bowlers here that you cannot get away easily. Very smart bowlers. They're both spinners. Anthony Adams, Veerasammy Pamor. In my opinion, they would have other bowlers who have bowled well.
And if you're looking for spinners, the Piranhas, they're stocked heavily on spinners. Just Danai and Quentin Samson with pace on.
Hey, stop it.
Quick single to short, fine leg.
They really need to get on a big score. And when I say big, at least in the 90s. You've got some destructive batsmen in the Piranha
Middle
side.
leg.
Quinton Samson,
Left arm
Ricky
roll.
Sargent, all
1.
very solid and aggressive batsmen. So you need to post a decent score. And that's in the 90s.
Massive hit. Look at Mahim Khan going on one knee and posing. So while Sankar was having his problems against Pramal, not Mahim Khan. 8 gone, 75 for 5. That one went sailing over the mid-wicket boundary.
Okay, Adatar.
2 overs to go. Hitramani with 1 over still up his sleeve. Sargent bowled out, Phillips bowled out. So bowling options galore for Veerasammy Parmal. Look at the cameo from Devon Lord. Kevin Sinclair at the start of the innings. And Shamali Angel contributing as well.
Kevin Sinclair looked extremely dangerous. Just he didn't go on. 18 off 7.
Another left arm spinning option. Nigel Durat. Raymond Blazer's left arm spinner. From region number 5 is going to pick up the attack. His first over at the 9th of the innings. Very important over.
It's around here I notice when Anthony Adams is playing, he likes to come in. He takes the burden on his shoulders. John, the batsmen have been unable to put away anything. Veerasammy Parmal, as you mentioned, has had Sankar drawing maps. Deodat has come in very impressive as well. So I think the
Go Nigel, let's go
batsmen
Nigel.
are having a torrid time.
Golden slow, though.
Good stuff from Durat. Leg by signaled.
Ball Nigel.
But Sankar struggling so far. Just 2 runs from 7 deliveries. So I felt that after that last big hit from Mahim Khan, he'll take most of the strike. There he goes again. Not able to negotiate the second left arm spinner in succession. First Parmal, now Durat.
Loving these dots, loving these dots.
Again, just a repetition of what's going on all the time since Veerasammy Parmal leg by signal by the umpire, but have been unable, just tatters there, unable to put it away.
The Piranhas won't mind at all. Sankar is the key for the Piranhas. They want to keep him there so that he does not score freely. Unlike Mahim Khan, who's hitting it clean out of the ground. Durat pitching up on this occasion.
Too much up, buddy.
And there's a free swing of the bat from Mahim Khan.
Crazy. Come on, ball up.
I guess anything that sounds close to Naeem is
Nigel,
likely to
let's go,
produce
Nigel.
some quality.
Durat looking to finish well. Into the dot ball. So his first opportunity with the ball in this game will also be his last. 6 runs from his over. 1 over to go. 84 for 5.
But look how glorious the conditions have really changed from murky conditions to absolutely brilliant sunshine during the course of the afternoon. So we went through this already, 18 the top score there. But the Kimans, however you turn it or twist it, they have reached 84.
Hitramani, 1 over. 1 from Rajiv Ivan. And Durat just 1 over as well.
Right time over.
Now a new bowler coming in, Quinton Samson. Not the fastest, but also not the slowest. But the fastest bowler in the squad, in the team, and is on the park. Danai did not get a chance.
So in all of the tattering and stumbling that the batsmen have been going through over the past 2 overs or so, they have still mustered 84. Anything over 80 would be bonus runs that puts you more into comfort zone. But this guy on your screen, you better get a decent score. Good stop. That's way wide outside the line of the off stump.
Quinton Samson, 2 wickets in the tournament already. Sankar having a tough time in the middle. Half stop from Krishna Singh. So I was saying earlier, the Piranhas won't mind Sankar on strike because he's struggling, not able to get the ball away. So coming back for the second, the Piranhas won't mind at all.
But I'd like to see Veerasamy Permaul just choke Sankar a little bit, at least 2 positions to stop the single and just keep him batting.
That's one way to score. Behind the ball, the wicketkeeper. Big outside edge. And Ronaldo Rennie, the keeper, despite standing back, had no chance.
Bat, three, bat. Okay, Quinton, turn.
If you go,
Bat, bat.
if you're going, go hard. That is exactly what Sankar did. First 4 for him. This time advancing down the track. Hitting back over the head of the bowler. And that one has gone onto the road as well. And has caused some damage, it seems like.
Bat, Sankey, tall it up. Adios.
Advancing down the track. Hitting that one onto Thomas Land, stopping traffic again.
Sankey.
3 deliveries still to go in the innings. Getting close to the 100 now, the Kimans. Too short from Samson.
I like to see good cricket, so I'm glad that they're getting a good score.
Full toss on the pad. Good height as well. Knee-high full toss. Flicked it away. And again, finding the gap. 100 on the board now.
Well, Quinton Samson, for giving away these runs, would be expected to make them when his turn comes at the crease.
Nice little shimmy on that occasion. Flicked it off the face of the bat and it flew off. Top edge now. 3 fielders are converging. And Teja and Chanapal off third man boundary takes it. So Sankar goes after a quiet start. 18 from 14. It's now 101 for a loss of 6.
Well, all those maps that he was drawing, I'm telling you what, he has really come back with a cameo. 18 runs coming off 14.
One more.
2 4s and 1 6.
Look at that. It was so well hit. Sliced off really. And Chanapal from third man had to run all the way, perhaps down to the rim, the 30-yard circle rim, and he took it.
Yeah, last ball. Last
They
ball.
don't expect Tejan Chandapal to drop
Yeah.
a catch easily.
Right time over 1.
He's just not into that kind of game. Very, very keen cricketer. Competitive.
Go ball.
The Cardinals sin now, Naim, a no ball, and it's flicked away, so it's going to go into the boundary, and a free hit will come up. So more drama to end the innings.
This is really not going good for Quinton Samson. He's got a 2, a 4, a 6, a 4, and then you have all those extras.
Good shot to get off the mark. Subhan is to the free hit delivery now. Steered away down towards white third man. Tejan Chanapal is going to go just to retrieve.
Outside.
End of the innings. 26 runs out of the final over. Momentum now with the Kimans. Piranhas will not be happy with that last over at all. 110 for a loss of 6. It means the Piranhas will need to get 111. Need to bat out of their skin.
And a lot would have to be repaid by Quinton Samson. And I think he knows that. High hopes for his side, who would have to chase those runs. So the highlights there, Kevin Sinclair, 18-25 from Devon Lord, 18 from Stephen Sankar, who was all in tatters, came back, did extremely well. Maheen Khan, 18. Those are basically the top scorers there.
Seven bowlers in all used. Pick of the bowler, Sega Hitarmani, 2 wickets in this lone over. One apiece for Sargent and Phillips with the new ball. Pramal and Quinton Sampson picking up a wicket each. Durat and Raji 1 wicket less from their lone over. 7 extras helping the score to 110 for 6. It means that the Piranhas will have to get 111 to take 2 points and to advance in this year's tournament. We'll take a break and come back with the run chase. Welcome back to Maltino Sports Club ground on Thomas Lands. It's called the Ferdinand Oval. Not the blazing sunshine that we see at this time of the day, but it's good enough for cricket. Match number 15, Guyana T10 Blast, the inaugural edition well and truly on its way. Ronaldo Rennie and Tejan Chandapal making the way into the middle, and the assignment in front of them, 111 from 10 overs. Look at what happened when the Berbice Caimans won the toss and batted first. Lord 25 from 11, Sinclair 18 from 7, Stephen Sankar in the end 18 from 14, Hiteramani 2 for 8, Sargent and Garfield Phillips left arm spinners 1 each. 111 from 60 deliveries, brand new opening pair. There's Chandapal getting his first opportunity coming back from injury. Kevin Sinclair will pick up the attack for the Caimans. Caimans are desperately looking for some points. The Piranhas started to slip after a good start early in the tournament. This is match 15, so we're getting close to the halfway stage. It is the halfway stage of this game. Inderjeet Prasad alongside me. Inderjeet, conditions good for cricket now, and the run chase. The final innings of the day should be an exciting one. 111 to get from 60.
Yes, and what makes it that exciting that we're looking forward to that 26 runs that was knocked off the last delivered by Quinton Samson that has caused the Caimans to go on to score 110. But with the experience of Deja and Chandapal coming in. Yes, John, 110, very competitive on first innings, and that's going to take some batting by the Piranhas if they're going to get there. If we go back and look at that 26 runs knocked off, the last over delivered by Quinton Samson caused them to get to that 110. Will it have a bearing on the match? I am sure it will.
First delivery and Rennie is off the, no, not quite off the mark. He was headed to the non-strikers end. Luckily, sent back by Chandapal. 111 to get. Quite an interesting move, you'd say, from, oh, no ball delivered now by Kevin Sinclair.
Turn.
Very early in the plot. Umpire Afi Barker says no ball and free hit. It's quite interesting in the G that with all the bowling options available to Veerasamy Permaul, that Samson was chosen to bowl the last one. Sinclair with a free hit.
Good ball.
Well, actually, Veerasamy Permaul did use Samson to bowl the last over in the previous game that they played.
Lovely colour,
And
lovely
went for a
colour.
few, but not the 26 like we see here this afternoon.
After the no ball, series of dot balls. Nigel Dioda just had 1 over. Raji 5 and 1 over. Segar Hiteramani 1 over. But Suraj Danai, the fastest bowler in the team, did not even have 1 over.
Yes, I agree with you, and that was well, strange. Short and cutaway spanked through backward point, and that's going to run away for 4 runs. Lovely looking shot by the short, dapper Ronaldo Rennie.
Room outside his off stump. A little bit of bounce as well because it was a bit short. And he was quickly into position. It's cutting hard. There's a feel at short third. Narayan Prasad on the backward point. Then Mahim Khan. And it went between them with surgical precision. This time goes full. And Ronaldo goes over. Long off. 1 bounce into the boundary. Good way to come back as well after facing a series of dot balls.
2 consecutive boundaries there by Ronaldo Rennie. And he wants to make full use of this 4 overs power play to start with in that chase. I mean, with a no ball, a wide, 2 dot balls.
That one moved away after pitching outside the line of the off stump. Good take from the keeper as well, Shahid Vera.
Catch it.
In the air.
No. Lovely.
Good work from
Well done.
Mahim Khan. saved a certain boundary, but two more to Ronaldo Rennie to end the opening over. Run chase has started, 12 without loss.
And John, that was a great feeling on the boundary area by Mahim Khan. He's a tall guy and he stretched the entire body length. The hands are even longer. So he covered roughly around 10 feet with the dive and saved 2 runs for his team. That's brilliant work on the boundary area. 12 runs off the first over. They'll take that any day.
Target is under 3 figures now. So it's 99, still to win from 54 deliveries. Sinclair used to bowling the new ball. 12 runs taken off of him. Not sure he's used to that part of it.
And I'm happy the way that they treated him, because you don't play names in cricket, John. You have come to the shorter version, T10. You know, everybody must back themselves. This is what you want to see.
Right hand row.
Maybe even if a Dale Steyn was bowling here, guys would have not been looking at him, a Dale Steyn, just another bowler coming through.
One thing for sure, Indrajit, the weather has held up nicely. The forecast had rain all day today at Maltinos, but after early morning showers, it has paved the way for some good weather.
Let's see, this is the shortest format of the hardball game played internationally. And Tejaran Chandapal, first delivery, a little tuck into the onside. Let's see how Tej is going to man up to the demands of the shorter format of the game.
Strike rate just over 80. That's clean hit. And just wide of the fielder at that long off position. He's off the mark, but that's a good shot inside out. Could have easily carried the hand as well.
Yes, the control over it was good, but I thought he was looking to get it more over extra cover than over the long off region. Tejaran Chandapal. Ronaldo Rennie's current form, well, he started with 3, then got a good 20, and then didn't bother the scorers in the last game.
Has an opportunity again, he's on to 10. And a wild swing. But I saw Tejaran Chandapal a few years ago, before he played internationals, what was then the Jovera Park, outscoring his dad in a game. Top edge this time. The bowler calls for it. Takes it. Ronaldo Rennie, like we have seen with him recently, getting stars but not able to carry on. He's gone for 10 in over number 2. 13 for 1, the Piranhas.
Yes, and with first a dot ball, then just a single, you know, and then another one. He felt the pressure Ronaldo Rennie had to go, and he was actually playing there with a horizontal bat rather than going with the vertical bat. He paid the penalty high in the air, and Mahim Khan took a well-judged catch in his own bowling. Well done, Mahim Khan. We saw him hit some towering ones and coming back and proving his worth with the ball in hand.
Ricky Sargent opened the baton alongside Rennie previously. Had to make way for the test player. Now he's coming at number 3 with a strike rate of 188 plus.
Yeah, middle.
Left-handed batter as well. So 2 left-handers at the crease now that Ronaldo Rennie is dismissed. Yeah, that game at the Jovera Park on the west bank of Demerara. Tejaran Chandapal outscored his dad on his way to a magnificent 124. I think eventually the side got more than 200. With Shiv finishing in about 70 odd not out. But that was some shots to all parts of that Jovera Park. Had a good crowd as well. They witnessed it firsthand. Can't go wrong the wicket now. Sargent plays all of his cricket on the east bank of Demerara. Plays a lot of softball cricket and tape ball cricket. Plays for the Regal softball side in Guyana. Very good over. Good stuff from Mahim Khan. Just a single and a wide to go with the wicket.
And you were talking about Tejaran Chandapal 2 years ago. We saw him at the Queen Park Oval. Both of us were there.
Catch!
in the air as well. Mid wicket comes around. Devon Lord is out there, makes no mistake. So 2 wickets in the over, and that's the end of Ricky Sargent, gone without scoring. 14 for 2 after 2.
That's not good batting by Ricky Sargent there. Could have done better with it, could have tucked it into the onside field, knowing Phil fully well he was cramped and he went through with the shot. You don't do that to these deliveries that is not coming off the pitch. Look at this one here. Made some height on it, and he had to take it from maybe the top of the off stump line and hit it over mid-wicket. It was never going to clear the field once he did not get under it and paid the penalty. That's a soft dismissal. Just come to the wicket, not good enough.
I've already checked the front foot. It's a fair delivery. Let's move on to ball tracking when ready.
That man walking out there, Rajiv Ivan, he opened the batting in the last game as well, John. Can we recall that? Yes, I think so. Spent some time. So they've shuffled with the team, they've shuffled with the batting lineup as well, and they've lost a few wickets here. 14 for 2, they're scoring at 7. That required run rate keep climbing. It's gone above 12, and here is where the pressure will really begin to tell.
2 off spinners used so far. 2 contrasting figures. Sinclair 12 runs, no wicket. Mahim Khan 2 wickets and 2 runs. He's the Chanda Paul on strike now to the pace of Bernard Bailey.
Well, while it's early days yet, he has been almost virtually a spectator out in the middle, Tejan Chanda Paul. 2 deliveries he has faced. He scored 1 run from it, a dot ball. But so we're having 2 left-handers out in the middle at the moment. Let's see how Tej is going to shape up here.
So Rajiv Ivan still plays competitive cricket in the Berbice area. Plays for the Port Morant Cricket Club. Plays lots of his cricket in the US of A. In the US peak season.
And that's good to see. Quite a number of Guyanese playing in the minor leagues, the major leagues, and league cricket in general in the United States of America. Some are over in Trinidad and Tobago making their dollars as well.
Rajiv Ivan, he said he's made himself available ever since for Berbice, but just being overlooked. Not sure what's happening, his exact words. In between games, the former inter-county and national opening batsman called Andrew Gonzalez. He's enjoying the tournament so far and was wondering why this didn't happen when he was around.
He was like a little Terminator as well. He was hitting the ball so hard. And Andrew Gonzalez reached him, I think, the last time he came to Ghana. I think he's in the construction business here. Doing pretty well, visits his country, still plays some cricket. I remember one year at Enmore, he smashed a 6 that went out of the ground, it went over the road and into the cane fields that is now an estate.
Consistent scores from Ivan. Highest of 36. You want to add to that? But first of all, you want to get off the mark. Bailey from the southern end. Kind of quiet afternoon here in Georgetown. Cut away nicely.
Back up, back up.
So both batters are off the mark now, but they play in quite similar fashion. Ivan and Chanda Paul. One of these will have to take the responsibility of at least trying to go a little bit harder.
Yes, I agree with you there, John. Straight to the field this time. And so often you see Tej Ryan looking real good. He's been stroking the ball, finding it difficult to pick the gaps. A younger Tej Ryan, Chanda Paul, in my own humble opinion, used to be a far better batsman in picking the ball, rotating the striker. Just seemed to have gone into a shell. There again, straight to the fielder, but this time much more slower. Just getting the singles. Has not been able to pick the boundaries. Had a splendid innings against the American Cricket Society when they toured. Batted brilliantly. So Bernard Bailey, 4 deliveries, just 3 runs scored off him. We're in over number 3 at the moment. Can he maintain this? Like his final 2 deliveries to go for dots or just 1. He's going to feel satisfied with that. But Rajiv Ivan has been in reasonable good form. Squeezing this one away off of the inner portion of the bat down towards short backward square. Ivan cracked a 6 and smashed somebody's windscreen right in the compound of Maltino's here. Has hit some good 6s so far. Look, a compact player. Has lots of time to play his shots. Final delivery coming up here in over number 3.
Using the wide lines nicely, Bailey. Ivan had to reach for this one, but he'll keep strike at the start of over number 4. Slow start for the Piranhas and their run chase, 18 for 2.
And serious trouble will begin as soon as that run rate continues to climb. Ronaldo Rennie made 10. Ricky Sargent did not score, and he stood the wicket. We have Tejan Chandapal on 3 from 5. Ivan so far going at a slow rate as well. As over number 4 is about to begin, John, somebody must be able to take the responsibility of going after the bowling.
We look down the card, Sega Ramani, Quentin Samson, Suresh Danai, all capable. Still to come.
One of those names you mentioned there, the Samson boy, he can change the whole complexion of the game. Last innings he played, he got a short ball, went after his man and got his Thompson knocked out. He'll be looking for revenge against any other team that he faces.
2 for 2 in his first over, deserves a second over. Young Mahim Khan, 93 to get from 42 deliveries. Back over his head, 1 bounce into the side screen. Confident stroke from Rajiv Ivan.
And if you're going to hit it in the air looking for the boundary, that's the place you need to put it. Back over the head of the bowler. Good looking shot. And splitting the long off and the long on. Gorgeous looking boundary.
So straight, it almost straight the straight back camera. Almost split the straight back camera. Some adjustments now, so you see the field at long at mid on being pushed right back to long on, and the long off fielder coming into mid off.
John Mahim has already taken 2 for 6. He's hunting another wicket here.
Good work, his own bowling as well. Promising young player. But how often have we said that in the G? Promising young player. What happens after they're not so young anymore?
Catch it!
Ivan advancing. Feel that long on. It's too straight. This one goes wide of him. Good shot for 4.
Well, this is what happened when they're not so young. Rajiv Ivan went after his man. Look at this, down the track. Nice little shimmy, picked it up nicely and gets the boundary. I agree with you, John. You know, moving from one level to the next. There must be a smooth transition. If you do not get that, well, many of the players will definitely fall down the wayside. We have under 13, that's good to see. Under 15, under 19 in Ghana, and under 23 as well has been introduced. So these augurs well.
For Naim Chan, there's also over 50, over 60.
Naim can actually make the over 70 team too, you know.
Nice shot again. Over extra cover. That one is pure timing in the G. Assisted with some power. And it went all the way.
Yes, and we shall watch that again. Great shot. Hit it exactly where he wanted it. Had the power as well in clearing the boundary there. Rajiv Ivan just looks good.
Good follow through. 3-4s from 8 deliveries. A little bit of Narcy and Dino Ryan in here if you look at it closely. That's very high. And rightfully the umpire says not out as this over comes to an end. Khan has completed his spell. 12 runs in this over. 3-4s. All off the bat of Rajiv Ivan. 4 gone. 30 for 2.
Yes, and Kevin Sinclair lone over cost him 12, while Mahim Khan picked up 2 for 14 from his 2. He has completed his spell. Bernard Bailey the lone over for just 4 runs. 30 for the loss of 2, so they're just scoring above 8 runs and over. The problem is when Samson comes out, if he happens to come out in the middle, he will be asked to score about 15, 16 runs and over.
Can he do it?
Well, sometimes. I'm not too certain while he hits the ball very, very hard. There'll be a compelling influence on him to go after every single delivery. And there is where you can make the mistakes. He has the ability.
Can he do it? Yes, he can.
One of the most famous songs in our country, sung during when we have independence celebration, republic celebration. Can we do it? John Ramsing just gave you lovely voice, John. Can change that profession, brother.
To no profession. Over number 5, Sinclair back in the attack. One test player to the next. Just a single.
Kevin.
Santa
Hello.
Paul really need to get a go here now. Approaching a halfway stage in his run chase. 31 for 2 in over number 5. But Ivan delivering the goods.
Santiago has just faced 6 deliveries for his 4 runs, but we have never seen at any time he gave you the impression that he wants to go after the bowling. We haven't seen any real aggressive shot from him so far in those 6 deliveries.
1-1, Shamal. Good.
And ones won't do it for them, John. It is becoming now very close to the 5 overs mark. Somebody must pick up that mantle. Look at that run rate to just keep going up and up and up.
Finding the gap nicely this time. Tears around Chandapal. He gets his first boundary.
That was a super duper cover drive. Look at that one. Opening up the body and smacking it between the extra cover and the mid-off. Had 4 runs written all over it. Great shot by Tage.
Yeah, you gotta come, bro.
Six runs in the over already. Good work to his own bowling.
Finish him.
I want to see a somersault from Kevin Sinclair. I saw one from Junior Sinclair much earlier up in the tournament. I'd like to see Kevin Sinclair as well. But when the Sinclairs are playing in the same match, I want to see them matching each other with those somersaults.
Yeah, they're good acrobats, aren't they?
Catch it, Shamal.
This one is hit high in the air. And the fielder settles and takes it at long off. Shamar Angel is out there in that position. And he takes it. It's the end of Rajiv Ivan. He's gone for 15. It's now 37 for 3 in the 5th.
Yes, and another wicket has gone down there. That man that is walking out in the middle, look at him. That's, in fact, Ivan coming in. Played his hand, played reasonably well while he was out in the middle. But I'm talking about Quinton Samson going out. His time has come, 3 wickets gone. And the asking rate continues to climb, 14.32. Just see what the approach is going to be here. Whether he'll take a few deliveries to settle down. Will Tage be playing the anchor role? Do you have anything to look at anchor role in the T10, John? I doubt whether. Tage so far 8 deliveries for 9 runs. Samson started with 2, then 38, then didn't score, then a magnificent 83 at MMZ over on the West Coast. and didn't do much with the bat in his previous innings.
Even if it's fair or not.
The two he got was against his very opposition in their first match of the tournament. If you want a game-changing moment, this can be it.
He's very patient here, Quintin. He's been in that position for the longest while. Now he gets up from the position, scans the field.
Whoa! Not his game, not his game.
Good delivery to end the fifth over. Kevin completes his spell of 2-1 for 19. 37 for a loss of 3. The Piranhas need afford 74 runs from 30 deliveries. They're going to take 2 points in this match. Quinton Samson, highest score of 83. 124 runs for him so far in the tournament. Algu on his heels, 119, with also a big knock of 80. Barnwell is there, and Naim has joined us, making an observation. Hello, Naim.
And the strike rate there.
The ball pick of the bowlers with 8 scalps, Mickle behind him, Phillips right here as well. Barnwell, Torrington, and Ned on 6 with 6 wickets each. So the race is close in this year's tournament.
Right time over.
Halfway stage, Naim, 74 still to get.
I know, and I'm looking at the amount of deliveries Tajan Ryan has faced. 8 deliveries to get his 9 runs.
He is a test player. He's coming back from 4-day cricket.
That's the shot. I want to see something better, and I know he has the ability. When you can bat internationally, to me, you must be able to transition. We saw his dad scoring a 69 ball century against the mighty Australians of border. So he has that ability. It's intrinsically placed in you that you can make that adjustment.
Chanderpaul has the ability to send men scampering. 2 guys were on the platform over at Transport Sports Club, and they were both ducking for cover. Sankar with 3 wickets up his sleeve. 2 against the Jaguars, his best bowling. First ball went for 6. So we saw Sankar taking some time to get out of the blocks this morning. Over extra cover. Actually straight down to long off. Sinclair was there. Stopped it.
I simply believe that Tajan and Chanderpaul can make that switch. He's got a good enough arsenal, good enough eyesight. His age is on his side, agility, fit, lots of energy. It's just about transforming or changing up the style.
Open stance from Quinton Samson. That one went through his legs. He was winding up for a big one. Naheem, you could have been in some trouble.
I know, but there's a fielder down at the square leg region and one down at mid wicket for that particular shot. I don't know if he got a nick onto that, but it's going towards the boundary. It's going to go for 4. Have to wait on the signal of the umpire. 4.
Really close. I thought it went through the legs. Sankar,
Following through straight in front of me, right?
just like the googly. It also kept a bit low. Second time we've seen the ball going through the legs of Samson. But he's aiming for the onside line. Just opening up his stance, clearing the right, well, his left leg, but not able to get bat onto ball. You mentioned there's a field in the deep. Once he connects, that field becomes a spectator.
It's not handling Stephen Sankar well. Look at the required rate, 15.12, and it's not looking any better. End of the over, 6 overs gone, 48 for 3. And look at the asking rate there, 15.75.
Mahim Khan 2 for 14, and Sinclair 2 overs 1 for 19 out of the attack. But they're keeping things tight. So the Piranhas need 111 to get their third win. They've also suffered a defeat to the Piranhas. The Caimans, 1 win, 2 defeats. So they're playing at the moment from positions 4 and 5. Piranhas in position 4, Caimans position 5 on the points table. They really want to make a positive move up that ladder, just as we're making a point. Caimans, Hawks, they're out of contention at this stage. If they remain in those positions, they need to be in the top 4 for semi-final spots. Anacondas, Pitbulls, and Jaguars not looking too bad at all. Silas Tyndall will pick up the attack, so it's pace on.
I'm wondering whether they might play straight into the hands of Tage. He likes it faster. He's an opener for the West Indies. And they might just be giving him what the doctor ordered.
Tyndall to Chandapal. Good stop. Diving stop from Bailey. Rotation in the strike. So Chandapal handing the strike now and the responsibility to Quentin Samson.
You need to be airborne to get yourselves out of this trouble. 62 from 23 balls. It's not going to happen with singles and twos. And that man that you see in strike there can change things around if he gets his way. The weather has been really kind to us, John, and the T10 Blast. Lovely weather conditions. Again, the weather forecast not entirely accurate. We saw humid, murky conditions this morning, which was accurate, but the downpour that they've been predicting since yesterday has not happened.
It happened, but not here at Maltino's. Round the wicket now. This one goes high in the air. Does it have the distance to travel? Maybe marginally it does. Enough connection. Hitting against the wind as well. And it goes into that compound next door at Transport Sports Club. Pick 6. It went high. It spent a long time up there with Naim.
Very long time. I thought it stuck somewhere in the clouds because I was looking, I'm not seeing it. I wasn't seeing it coming down. But it ended up, I thought it would have dropped inside of the field of play. It just had the legs to get over and get into the transport ground next door.
The fielder Suban looked very dramatic as well. He was looking at it, then he started to turn. Look at it. And he's like, wow, how did that happen? Big shots indeed. Baseball style this time. That's going to go over the building this time. And those two spectators in that veranda, they're having a field day at Transport Sports Club.
I think that's the biggest shot of the tournament so far that I have seen. That did not only go to the transport ground next door, it climbed so high and so hard, it went over that roof that you're seeing in your picture there.
To put things into context, Naim, for our viewers, that's in the next compound. That's a massive hit. I saw him in 2022 at Border, hitting a ball, a full toss from Gurukesh Moti off his pad, and it went into the middle of the football field, which is next door. Partnership of 24 from just 10.
This guy is phenomenally strong and dangerous. Dangerous customer. Mr. Tyndall, you may say your prayers while you're coming in at the same time.
He's from Carrier, loves to hit the ball a long way. There he goes again. This time he's going to go backward of square on the onside, but over the boundary. And you can see Jaden Campbell on that side doing some practice. He had a chance to catch it.
Whack! Gone all the way. Again, I thought that was going high and not really far. But it did cross there.
There's a spectator, member of parliament, Ricky Ramsarup, holding his head. And he has a good point. Not sure where it's going to drop. 6 or 7 for 3. 3 consecutive sixes in Tyndall's first over. This is a game-changing over now. The Piranhas making a move on the Caimans. You mentioned murky conditions. Maybe the water's getting a bit murky, but Piranhas are enjoying it.
How unkind some men can be to their fellow men.
The Samsons, cricketing family. The biggest over of the match was the final over bowled by Samson. And now he's at the crease. And the 7th over is also looking to be the second biggest. Some advice there from Devon Lord, the man with the helmet trick, to the bowler.
Devon Lord or no Lord can really change the fortune if this guy gets going. And that's exactly what he's doing. This one has gone the other way now. It's any side of the wicket. You put it, he's hitting it out of the ground.
There's a basketball court on that end of the compound next door. And that one has gone for maybe 3 points into that hoop. That's a dangerous, dangerous bat at the crease. He has made this tournament his own with the bat.
And there's a magistrate court not so far away from that basketball court. I'm wondering now whether Samson could be charged with some criminal offense of assault or battery.
When he was bowling, 26 runs came off the final over that he bowled. Now he has taken 24 off 4 deliveries from Tyndall, with Chanapal at the start of the over taking just a single. I'm sure Chanapal is enjoying the seat. He has the best seat in the house, right in front. There he goes again, Naim. This is by far the biggest. This one has gone into the Tutorial High School compound.
That's cruelty to animals.
5 sixes in a row in this over. "31 runs in this over. And Tyndall, I don't think we'll see him in the attack again. Look at that. When he bowled, 26 came off as his over. And now 31 runs in the over that he was on strike for.
Now the whole thing has changed. I predicted this and spoke about it earlier.
Partnership of 42 from just 13 deliveries, 34 from 10. And Chanapal, 8 from 3. And that's the equation now, Naim. Much more easy now for the Piranhas. 32 to get from 18.
Well, you'd like to think that seniority, Quinton Samson should be learning from teacher Ryan Chandapal. It's almost in contradiction here, and it's the other way around.
So 3 bowlers were actually at the crease. Aryan Prasad, Devon Lord, GCC left-arm spinners. But it's now the DCC right-arm leg spinner, who was once a member of Maltinos, with his experience now. The first-class player, Stephen Sankar, who's going to be bowling now. With Chanapal on strike on 17, but just a single away from putting Samson back on strike. Samson has a record in this tournament for the fastest 50. 50 from just 14.
Yes, just go around there, Tage, and just look on, have a little vacation, and watch the action unfold before you. Now, Dr. McGarrell tells me 33 was the highest scored in a single over. This is the second highest, 31.
If I remember well, I think David Williams bowled that over, that
That fateful over.
that fateful over. Well, a record is a record, but that's not a record you want to have.
That's a fateful record, I can tell you.
Sankar, who dished out some blows of his own when he was batting. With ball in hand now, Samson on fire, 34 from 10. We saw a similar thing happen when Samson was on strike, facing up to Sankar in Sankar's first over. Lots of googlies that were served up that Samson did not pick.
So, John, imagine if you are a fielder and your captain with Samson on fire, and your captain calls you and gives you the ball to bowl. What would you tell him? He's dead. Mandela is dead. And I'm not feeling too nice myself, Skipper.
There he goes again. The fielder was settling under it at long on, Kevin Sinclair. But just as it was passing him, he allowed it.
Same story, just another over. Quinton Samson is on fire. 40 from 12 deliveries. Just in front of the fielders. Two of them converging. One from mid-wicket, one from long on. But dropping just short of them. And he said his 50, the record for the tournament, was in 14 balls.
One 4 and 1 6 from Tej. 18 from 12. So Samson will not break the record nor equal it. T.S. the right China Paul goes big as well. Down towards wide long on. Another boundary in this innings.
I believe that's a little anger there. Tej must have said into his mind, hey, you little fella down there, don't forget, I'm an international player. When he hits a 4, Tej Narain, Quinton Samson would hit a 6. The difference, too, is that he decorates it with icing. Ziggy! Yeah, there's one close shave. Umpire Randy says not out. That was pretty close. We'd have a second look at it. May have just reached in. Return on its way. The bat is grazing in. It's still in the air. Let's see here. Another frame from the camera. Just looks like he's in. The man is batting so well. You're the umpire and he's out. Do you give him out or say, just keep going, brother?
.93 for 3. Sankar completing his spell of 2 overs and a 50 partnership between Samson and Chandapal. Just 19 deliveries so far.
How much of that 56 is Quinton Samson? 41.
Here he is on 41, Chandapal 24. As they reply to 110 for 6 made by the Kimans. So the Piranhas are on the move, nibbling away at this target. Still 2 overs to go in this game. It's match 15. We will be back here at Maltinos tomorrow for another doubleheader. 18 runs to get from the final 2 deliveries. Escobar Anacondas, table toppers, will be back in action tomorrow against Escobar Jaguars. The Demerara Hawks at the bottom of the table against number 2 team, the Demerara Pitbulls. Big matchups again tomorrow right here at Maltinos. Now Aryan Prasad is into the attack. Young left-arm spinner, 20-year-old from the Georgetown Cricket Club.
If I were Aryan, I'd be telling my captain I'm not feeling well.
Oh, God.
Just 1 wicket in the tournament, that against the Pitbulls. Wicketless against the Hawks and the Jaguars. Aryan Prasad. Quite a confident left-arm spinner. Not afraid of a big contest, a big matchup. But this perhaps is the biggest since he has been in this tournament, Aryan.
You would think you would want to wear a pair of Pampers in a situation like this. Struck on the pad. He must have got a nick onto that. Have a look from behind to see.
Keeper Shahir keeping things very busy. And it's a dot ball. So the record, fastest 50, will not be shattered. High in the air, Naim. Devon Lord running around. And they were Sinclair running in as well. In the end, it fell in between.
My Lord. Devon Lord misses it. I think he was not settled. It was very, very high in the air. And that must have confused him. He had to go there to the point of contact and then turn around to get his body in line. That proved a little difficult for him.
Kevin Sinclair might have had a better chance running in. But to get the impression that Devon Lord called for it, because you can see the brakes that Kevin Sinclair put on as he was approaching the ball. 24 from 14, back on strike is Tejan Chandapal, international player.
It just doesn't seem that you can get this out of Tej. He just wants to drive it. He's so orthodox, everything flat along the ground. I think he's doing the right thing. Come back here. Quinton Samson, you take the strike. Take that. That's what we say in Guyanese parlance. Take that.
Into the turf this time, Arian Prasad. And waiting on the back foot was Quinton Samson. He's now on to 48 from 16. 100 on the board now for the Piranhas. 10 runs away from 8 deliveries. Victory in sight for the Piranhas in dark waters.
48 in 16 balls. Incredible knock here from Quinton Samson. And he's still such a cool customer, so to speak, maintaining his calm, maintaining his composure.
Clipped away. Buys a signal, so no contact made. It's just 6 runs needed now. And with this knock, Quinton will be the only batsman in the 150 plus club.
Arian must be saying, I'd rather to give 4 away via the buys route rather than you connecting me with that bat.
Eight runs off the bat and 4 buys. 12 runs in the over already.
When the opportunity arrives, they didn't take it. They didn't take it. That could have meant so much, make so much of difference, was that opportunity taken. And the wicketkeeper is a very tall man. I think it takes probably minutes for him to get down. How's the wind up there?
So run a ball in the final over. That is needed for the Piranhas to win. Quinton Samson on 48 from 18. Chandapal 25 from 15. He's been there at the start of the innings, Chandapal. This is what has happened so far. But of recent, Anacondas winning today over the Demerara Hawks. Demerara Pitbulls winning over the Kimans. And you can see what's happening generally. Lots of action in this inaugural Guyana T10 Blast.
6 from 6. But things can only get better and better. I think they've made a good start, valiant start to the T10 Blast. I wish them well. Good work.
Best bowling 4 for 6. His first delivery in that over went for 6. Then 4 wickets. So if you're looking for someone to change the game with ball, it is Devon Lord. 6 needed from 5. Devon Lord into the attack.
Bat, my brand. If you come there, hit it. Bat.
If Quinton gets to the other end, even Lord Jesus Christ might not save them.
Samson back on strike now with 5 needed
Left
for
arm
victory.
roll, full
2
ball.
for his half century. It'll be a second 50 plus score if he gets there.
What is going through Devon Lord's mind? Hast thou forsaken me, my dear father?
We're in the sunshade. Low hairstyle. Plays for GCC. Reminds me of Neil Christopher McGarrell. Five from 4. Mid-wicket conference now between the batters. Santapop might have heard what Sankar told Lord a few moments ago. So he's relaying that to the batter now.
I don't think that makes a difference in this guy's mind.
It goes straight up in the air. Devon Lord takes it. And the man with the golden arm strikes again for the Berbice Caimans. Quentin Samson goes pugnacious knock of 48 from 19 deliveries.
You know the equation. not
And the
the ball.
Caimans now smelling victory coming from behind now. 19 deliveries, 7 sixes and 1 4. Quite a knock from Samson.
Come, Shaggy, come.
What a knock. Just he should have just seen it through. It would have been such a spectacular performance at the crease. Just unfortunately couldn't take it to the end. This would put some pressure, John, on the existing scenario out there. But I think Hitaramani, we saw some huge shots from him sometime yesterday. And it's
That's
not like he
middle.
does not have the capability.
Highest
Left
successful
arm
run
over,
chase,
3 more.
82. I haven't seen anybody chasing more than that. This one was on course. Actually started off course and came back on course. Now it's hanging in the balance, Naim. 1 hit away, 3 deliveries. 9, 16 and 20. That's what Hitaramani got in the tournament so far with bat. Facing up to Lord now in the final over. The man for the moment, Devon Lord, gets a dot ball into Sagar Hitaramani. 5 to get from 2. Will the boundary come now? Advancing and he's stumped. Devon Lord again in the final over, delivering the goods for the Caimans. And you can hear a lull by the gathering of spectators here at Maltino's. He felt that Sagar Hitaramani was going to change things around for the Piranhas. No, not to be. 1 delivery to go. A boundary is needed for a tie or a victory, whether it's 4 or 6.
And I wanted to say while Hitaramani was walking in, if another wicket falls here, what would it be like? What the picture would be like? Now this would take a mighty heave. A 6 straight over the top. And I don't think it can happen easily.
108 strike rate for Veersamir Parmar, the captain, coming in at number 7 today.
Running.
He's cool as ever, Parmar, but will need to get a boundary.
Left
But
arm wrong 1.
Devon Lord, the way he's bowling, not serving up boundary balls.
The good thing to the equation is, one is that Devon Lord is bowling extremely good, On the other side of the coin, Veerasamy Permaul is an extremely experienced cricketer. He's got strong shoulders. He has that ability. Let's see what happens.
Yesterday he got off the mark with a 6. Today is a different day. Lord picked up 4 wickets yesterday in his final over. He has 2 so far. Now they're making some adjustments to the field. 4 runs will tie the game 9 and we'll have a super over. 6 runs will win it for Permaul. Anything other than that will result in victory for the Caimans. Field spread wide and deep, except for fine leg and short third. All along the ground. With just a single. And it will not be enough. Victory by 3 runs for the Berbice Caimans over the Berbice Piranhas. A game that swung here, there, and everywhere. In the end, Devon Lord and the Caimans coming out on top. Well played, held their nerves. Had to get rid of Samson. They did that. Had to dig deep to keep the rest of the battle quiet. They've done that. 2 points for them. Well done.
You have to give the fielding side a lot of compliments. The game was being snatched away from them by Quinton Samson. There is your scoreboard.
There's Ryan not out, 26. But look at that, 48 from 19. A little bit of help from Rajiv Ivan. Nothing from Sargent. Ronaldo only got 10 at the top of the order. Nothing from Hit Rahmani when it mattered most. 107 for a loss of 5, 7 extras.
And let me just get back to the point. The fielding side, to have been slaughtered and battered by a batsman like what Quinton Samson did, and they kept their cool. That was extremely good.
Look at the bowling. A lot of bowlers traveled except for Devon Lord. 2 for 2 in the final over. Mahim 2 for 14. Did not bowl too bad as well. A wicket at the top for Kevin Sinclair. He was expensive as well. But the other bowlers, Bernard Bailey, not too bad. In the end, the Caimans coming out on top, taking 2 points from this contest over the Piranhas. And this is how it's setting up nicely now after 15 matches. Anacondas maintaining their top position. Pitbulls behind them chasing. Caimans move into 3rd position now, ahead of the Jaguars on net run rate. Piranhas in 5th position, and the Hawks badly need some inspiration to lift themselves from bottom. Veerasamy Permaul, the top wicket taker in the tournament so far with 9 wickets, and good contributions from Mikel, Garfield, Phillips, Devon Lord, who's doing very well with ball, the left-arm spinners right here. Caimans winning by 3 runs in match number 15. Tomorrow, right here at Maltino's, it's May Day, it's Labor Day, a doubleheader. Anacondas against Jaguars to begin at midday, and then the Hawks will take on the Pitbulls in the afternoon clash. Lots of action still to come in the Guyana T10 Blast. We hope that you can join us tomorrow for the next doubleheader. On behalf of Naim Chan, Indrajit Prasad, my name is John Ramsing. Wishing you well for the rest of the day. Thank you for your time today. On behalf of the technical team, it's goodbye from Maltino's.